Yo, what's going on, my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another JJK Phantom Parade video. I thought that I'd kind of give you guys an update on where my account is, how I'm looking. This is day 7 of the game being out, I believe. So yes, because the game came out on the 7th. Yes, it's day 7 of the game being out. So I'm gonna just give y'all a little account update, let y'all know how I'm looking, kind of like in every aspect of my account. I typically try not to say this in videos, but if you guys like this video, then go down below and leave a like. This is literally me doing this account showcase is literally just an accumulation of all the effort I've put in the past week on this game. So I hope that you guys enjoy. I hope this inspires you to grind your account and put in work, right? So first, let's come over to my characters. As of right now, I only have 2 characters level 91, but I'm literally working on level 91 right now. I wasn't really too worried about getting all my characters to some certain level initially. I was more so worried about making sure that I had access to all of the tools I needed to get my characters to a certain level. So obviously the best character in my account is going to be Gojo. The best character in anybody's account should be Gojo. Obviously, if you have a favorite character, you can choose that character, you can play that character, you can build that character up. But if you're trying to be efficient, if you're trying to be smart, if you're trying to win, then you are building up Gojo. If you look here, my grade is all the way maxed out on Gojo. I did this probably 2-3 days ago. So I've been up on grades for a little bit, but even though I was all the way up on grades, I was not necessarily completely through all of the grade events. Obviously, we get story events and map events and stuff, and that is definitely a big help to working on my characters, because it does give you experience, JP, cubes, beacon of recollection bits, and also cursed object collection materials that you need to grade up your characters, right? So my first character that was 91 was Gojo. Then my second character was Nobara. I'm just trying to basically make sure that all the characters that I essentially use all the time are leveled up. So literally this little 8 block right here is the bulk of what I'm using. Gojo is everywhere for DPS, no matter what the typing advantage is. Nobara is here because yellow DPSs are hard to come by at the very start of the game, but eventually we'll get Young Gojo and Domain Expansion, or Chimera Shadow Guardian Fushiguro. I don't know why I act like I didn't know his domain's name, but I'm actually working on Mekamaru next, and basically the characters in order of what they are right now, that's probably just how I'm going to push level 91, just so it's a little bit simpler for me, so I don't got to think too much about it. I mean, it's nice to, it would be nice to have these two leveled up, Masamichi and Nanami, just so they're not getting hit as hard, just so they're not dying. But at the same time, it's I've beaten as much stuff as I've beaten already with them at the level that they're at, so I'm not really too concerned. So I'll just kind of take my time with it. I don't want to press myself or not like that, or stress myself out. There's no point in stressing yourself out. It's literally a gacha game. It's here for your enjoyment. It is a game first and foremost, whether you're making content on it or not. So make sure that we are enjoying ourselves, guys. But yes, next level 91 is going to be Mekamaru. I already have him fully graded up. Then Shoko is not fully graded up, but she's already up here at grade 8. Actually, Shoko can already get level 91 because I'm a little stickler, and I like to put this one on first as opposed to doing all the rest of them, because I want to get that level for the extra stats. Obviously, all these extra things are going to provide extra stats for you as well, but we come across that bridge and we come across that bridge. I only really mainly worry about extra stats on DPSs, because typically I'm looking for more Jujutsu or Taijutsu. The only time I really worry about extra stats on my support characters is whenever I'm doing content and my characters are dying. Pretty much my rhythm for playing the game is level up Gojo as much as you can, level his skills, level his grade, level his actual level his page, all that stuff, right? Level all that as much as you can and just demolish the game in any capacity. And then after you get to a point where you cannot just not one tap enemies, but Gojo's not winning for you anymore within the 7 turns that he is in the battle, because a lot of missions are predicated on you getting 3 stars, right? And if Gojo leaves during if you take more than 7 turns and Gojo leaves, that automatically takes away your chance at 3 stars, because the game counts that as withdrawing, right? So you want to make sure your Gojo is as strong as possible, and once Gojo is at a point where he cannot absolutely dominate whatever content you're doing, that's when you kind of go back to the drawing board, alright, maybe I need to, 1, not only boost Gojo some more, but 2, maybe I need to boost the characters around him, because if Gojo is not absolutely clearing for you anymore, it could be a multitude of reasons. 1, your Gojo is just not strong enough. 2, You don't have any type advantage characters to deal like that extra little bit of damage, because Gojo, even though he will be type disadvantaged sometimes, or he'll be actually I didn't even talk about that. Sometimes Gojo will literally just be type disadvantage. As of right now in the game, when you look at a stage, all it tells you is what the type advantage is against it, right? What I saw in the Japanese version is eventually it's going to have it be where it shows you all of the attributes. It's going to show you what attributes are neutral, what attributes are boosted, and what attributes are weak against it, right? So I can step into this mission right here, and the enemies are actually, see, boom. The enemies are actually strong against blue and weak against yellow, but I don't know that until I go all the way into the mission. So sometimes Gojo is going to hit these enemies not too well, and you want to have somebody who is type advantage, like Nobara, for instance, in this case, right? You want to have somebody who is type advantage to make sure that they're doing the rest of the damage that you need, because even though Gojo can't one-shot the enemy, he can still do a mass majority of the damage. But yeah, other reasons why your Gojo may not be doing enough damage. Your buffers might not be boosted up enough. What do I mean by that? Not their actual stats, but their skills, right? And this is where you kind of have to like use your head. You got to be like, all right, how much of a damage buff am I getting from this man? Because you got to think, he's getting 2% extra damage every time you level up the skill. And the skill starts at level 1, right? So take away 12% of damage, right? Then you're going to be at a 27.8% physical technique and curse technique boost to all allies, right? You got to sit there and think, how much of a difference am I going to get from like 27% buff to like a nearly 40% buff? Even though it doesn't sound like that big of a jump, low key, as I just said that out loud, that did sound kind of like a big jump in my opinion, right? But also then you have to consider, all right, when I'm using Masamichi, maybe it's not the fact that he's not giving Gojo enough of a buff. Maybe it's the fact that he's dying before I get to the last rune, which already eliminates your 3-star win, right? But sometimes you're doing a story mission, but even still, he's dying before I get to the last rune. Therefore, I cannot keep continually buffing Gojo once I'm actually fighting the boss, once Gojo comes out, however you do it, right? So then at that point, it's like, cool, how does this work around Gojo? Are you dying before you get to the end so I can't even buff Gojo? One character that's kind of like infamous for that, for me, is Kaito, because while he is an incredible buffer, he is just a rare character, so his stats are innately going to be lower. Let's look through all these characters. Nobara's health is 8,675, which is actually pretty ass in my opinion for an SSR character. Or I guess not really, she is an attacker, so she's not meant for defensive capabilities. And also, do you notice that they don't have defense in this game as a stat? I just realized that. It's literally just damage reduction, right? You come to Gojo, his health is 21k. SR and rare characters are not touching that. SSR characters aren't touching that. Gojo is always going to be the honored one. Like, that's just how it is. You see Nobara's health is damn near 1/3 of Gojo's health, right? Then we come over here. Mekamaru's health is actually an impressive 11k. He's higher than Nobara while being an attacker, but he is a little bit tankier. Then we come and look at Shoko. Surprisingly, her HP is only 8,000, but she's not max level. So obviously her health is going to be higher than Nobara's whenever she's a max level. And do I think that it'll go higher than Mekamaru's? It's possible. I do got to finish getting the rest of her extra stats as well. That is another thing to consider, right? This man's health is 71. His health is 9,000, right? So it just kind of depends on who the character is. But as a rare character, his health is noticeably the lowest. Or no, Inumaki's is lower too as well, but 78 versus 70. Okay, so his health is a little higher, but Inumaki is an interferer versus him being an enhancement. So characters who are going to have naturally higher health pools. The absolute most cracked character in the game, Gojo. Supporters and enhancers. People who are going to have a little bit lower health pools. Debuffers and I don't even know really why they call them debuffers versus interrupters, but it is what it is. But yeah, or at least interrupter is what I see on the wiki, right? Or interferer, that's what it is. Because if you look at him, he is an interferer, right? So a weird name for the class. I don't know. But either way, guys, literally that is how you want to do it. If Gojo's not working, boost Gojo. If it's too hard for you to get the materials to boost Gojo, or you boosted Gojo to the maximum point that you are capable of right now, start boosting the characters around Gojo. See who works with Gojo. Pretty much, I don't know if you guys are watching Blue Lock Season 2 right now. The first 5 episodes were a bit choppy because one person had to animate it or something like that. That whole fiasco. But basically, in Blue Lock, right now, Blue Lock has to go against U20 to keep the program open, right? And basically the way that they're training right now is the fact that all of the top 6 players are playing multiple games with all of the rest of the players who are like not the top 6, and all of those players are seeing how well they fit with the star of the team. That is literally how you are playing this right now. Gojo is your main guy, and you're looking like, okay, how do these guys fit around Gojo? Nobara can clean up the rest of the damage for Gojo. She can heal, not Gojo, but the rest of the units who are supporting Gojo. These 3 right here, all very good supports for Gojo. Damage dealt increase, Jujutsu damage increase, cursed energy, cursed technique, or Jujutsu increase, basically again, right? This man is a stunner. Maybe he's dying because he's a rare character and his health is low. He has the lowest health out of everybody we just looked at, even though he's 5 dupes in and he's level 78. But even still, he's gonna have low HP naturally, right? So make sure you are building your team around Gojo, because literally the next character that's going to shape the meta for this game is going to be Yuta, of course. But after Yuta is literally just another Gojo, and then after Gojo, it's Toji and another Gojo. So make sure that your characters work well around Gojo. If they work well around this Gojo, they will work well around the other Gojos. The other Gojos literally have like a really strong single target cursed energy technique. Typically have like a physical technique. They have an AoE ultimate all the time. So they just work the same way. They're just different colors, really. Obviously passives and stuff like that are going to be different, but like the actual skill breakdown of them is similar, is what I'm trying to say. And they all have a buff as well. They can all buff themselves. Next up, we're going to talk about our recollection bits. These are more, these are a little, I guess I'm keeping a little looser of an eye on these. I know vaguely what some of these do. This is the first one from the login event that you get all 7 days, and you know, people say that this one is bad, which honestly it could be. I personally like it. I feel like pages are kind of like obviously there are some that work really well for some characters, and there are some that you absolutely want to use for some characters. Like for instance, any Gojo you have probably be looking really good with the non-standard page, right? But then I feel like there are some that you can kind of just pick and choose where you want to throw them to. I have this one 4 out of 5. I think I traded one of the copies to get some points and do some ticket summons or something like that. But like this right here, all you need to do is get it to 3 really, because when you get it to 3, so if you get it to level 1 limit break, you unlock the second part of it. If you get it to level 3 limit break, sometimes this first part upgrades to another part. I don't know if that's always the case with SSR ones, but this one is triggered upon using any command skill or ultimate skill. Recovers 35% of HP for self. So low key, I kind of like to throw this one on Shoko because her heal is not an AoE heal, her like basic heal. Her ultimate is an AoE heal, yes, but her basic heal is not an AoE heal. So I do like to make sure that I can keep her topped off on HP while I'm also healing other people and focusing other people. So I actually kind of like this one. And it also increases damage, or decreases damage taken by 20%. So I feel like that's a really good one for healers. There are some that I feel like they kind of made them for tanks, but in all reality, they work better for healers because tanks seem kind of useless in this game. There are some SSR tanks, but like a lot of the SSR characters really are whatever. They really do reflect their like initial counterparts. We got non-standard here. This is probably the prized, you know, opal of my account. I actually have this right here. The only reason why I have not fused it in at all is because to get extra benefits from this, you need to get it to level 3. So I want to wait until I get another copy of this. Once I get another copy of this, then I'm completely comfortable moving it to level 3, just so I can get that extra damage boost, because it goes from an 80% damage boost to an 85% damage boost, which not really that much, but when you consider how high Gojo's cursed energy is, that extra 5% is going to scale really nicely. And then this one right here, he recovers 200 ultimate gauge for self. I kind of wish that when you got pages to level 5 that this upgraded as well, but it is what it is. They're obviously going to they have to implement things that limit break characters and bring old things back into the spotlight for relevancy, so eventually it will happen. The next page that I'm working on, the next highest page that I have is this one. I was using this one for Gojo just because it increases damage dealt, and then it also increases critical hit rate for all allies for 2 turns. This one is also a 6-turn one, so yeah, this one's kind of similar to the other one. Now I'll just kind of use this on whoever my secondary DPS is, if I have somebody in the back line, or I'm actually running 2 DPSs in the front. But this one has given me really good results. I should honestly probably start leveling this one up. I don't really pay attention to this. Like guys, all of my farming, we're going to see this later in the video, all of my farming is literally towards experience, so beacons of training or cursed object collection. that is all my stamina goes to. I literally do not put stamina towards JP. I literally do not put stamina towards this. I only put stamina towards it to beat the stages all the way up and get them all maxed out. Now, when I'm to a point that I am comfortable with how much experience I have, then I will start farming these two things here. But the experience comes first for me, and you don't need JP to level up your character. You need JP to level up pages. That's why I kind of don't focus it, because I feel like it's a very over-encumbering thing of trying to get these up, right? I have to farm this, I have to farm this, I have to summon the things, which the pages are easier to get the characters. They typically have higher rates. They literally have like double the rates typically than the character does, right? So next page is this one. I always use this one on Yaga. This one provides everybody with a cursed energy boost to their an ultimate gauge boost. I'm sorry, a 30% fill rate boost on the ultimate gauge for 2 turns. Those 2 turns, crucial. Then this right here, when he puts somebody in a break status or an enemy is in a break status, if you use this page, it recovers 200 of his ultimate gauge for himself, which is okay, but his ultimate is a debuff. So say you just broke an enemy, and then you use his page, you fill his ultimate up while the enemy is broken. You can use his ultimate, debuff the enemy, make them even weaker, and then hit them with something really hard. So the synergy on it actually is there. It works really well, in theory. This one, we already looked at this one. I put it on healers. This one is literally just another one. So guys, if you did not get non-standard, you can use this one for Gojo. It's not as good as non-standard, obviously, but even still, it's a solid one. Triggered upon using a command skill or an ultimate skill. Apply 65% increased damage dealt. So this one is also a 6-turn page, right? This one is very similar to Adult Time, because Adult Time was a damage dealt increase, but I believe it was 75%, and that was only at 2-star. Once I get it to 3-star, it's going to be even higher. This one is when turn starts, if Self's HP is no more than 50% and can be used only once in battle, applies cursed energy efficiency increase to Self for 3 turns. The reason why I say this one kind of sucks for Gojo is because typically Gojo's not below 50% HP. Typically Gojo is dodging every hit that's coming his way. But also I do want to go back to not non-standard, to Adult Time, and see how much the buff is if I do get it to this point where it's like the part 2 instead of part 1. Getting it 3-star limit broken. So this one is 65% after being 3-star limit broken, and this one is just 70%. I'm sorry, I thought it was 75. So if I get this one limit broken, it's probably 75%. Alright guys, yeah, so this goes up to 75%. So I wonder if it's a standard that this always increases by 5% right here, if it's like a damage dealt type of thing, or if there are some pages that are like actually crazy in the future, in the JP version maybe, that scale a little higher when you get them to that next little nudge, right? But like most of these, I don't even really know what they do. I just kind of take a quick look sometimes and throw them up. I don't even really look at the stats for them, which I should look at the stats for. Like bro, for instance, I didn't even notice this one only gives you cursed technique. I didn't even notice it doesn't give you physical at all. Cursed technique and health, of course. This was really good for Nobara actually, because Nobara works off of cursed energy, so the cursed energy buff always helps, and then her 10 cursed energy. So considering I usually have a buffer on my team who's boosting my cursed energy production rate, which is Kaito, then I also have this, right? Nobara's ultimate comes relatively fast. Nobara's skills usually cycle back through relatively fast. I do need to work on leveling these up some more, but this one is free to play, this one is free to play, this one is free to play, and this one is free to play. So all 4 of these ones are free to play right here. You literally get them from beating these, but I did beat all of these at least on level 1, and this one I beat all the way through. The only reason why I have this page 5 out of 5 is just because the requirement to get the page on this one is doing this last thing, which is just winning within 10 turns. So low key, I beat this one, and then I beat this one too, obviously, to get this one, but I only did the last requirement, which netted me all 5 of the pages. But then right after, I watched a slug video saying that this one was kind of trash, right? I think so. Yeah, that one is kind of weird, because this is cool, right? But having physical technique damage taken decrease instead of just damage taken decrease, if this had damage taken decrease, I would say that this is probably like a really high tier free to play page. But now that we're here, I guess we can just kind of talk about what I completed. Like I said, I've beaten all these on level 1. I beat this one on level 2. I don't even be remembering, bro. I beat this one on level 2. The only reason why I'm not trying to go back in right now is because I hate beating missions and not having all the requirements done. I feel like it's just wasted effort. I like to try and beat all of the requirements in one run. Yes, I know that is super counterproductive and causes me not to go into an event longer, but Even still, it pays off in the long run when I don't have to waste time doing a stage over and over and over again. So I am waiting. I'm waiting until I can beat this with the characters that are required. So Inumaki and Panda, which I can probably honestly do. The only thing that trips me up is the second room right here with this curse right here. I hate this mold type curse. Because after you kill two of them, one of them will call the others back in, and I need a form of crazy AoE damage to just wipe everything out. But I'm gonna wait until I can do this and get all 3 stars on it, and then do this and get all 3 stars on it, or I could probably do this and get all 3 stars on it, because I got 3 stars on Maki and Panda and whatever one, right? But I want to make videos on these, but actually beat this and this, because most of the time, the requirement for this one is characters, the requirement for this one is just like winning, right? Except for this last one over here. This last one over here, every level has a requirement for characters. So this one you have to use the 2 original characters, this one you have to use Yuji and Nobara? No, Yuji and Fushiguro, which honestly that might work because now I realize the rare Fushiguro actually is a double stunner. He has 2 different stun skills. This one I haven't even, obviously I can't look at yet, but this one probably has, you know, other characters that you have to use, maybe like Maki and Fushiguro or something like that. But I know that this one right here, you have to use Toge and Panda. This one right here, you have to use Momo and Mai. That's why this one is going to be devious, because like Momo I can make work. Mai is dog shit. But I probably just have to put her in the back line. It is what it is. And then this one you have to use Maki and Nobara. Which, that one doesn't seem that bad. Don't I have Maki? No. I thought I had Maki. Oh, fun fact guys. The Junpei banner, absolutely horrible. Please do not summon on it. And please do not mistake me having him for me summoning on that banner. That is absolutely not what happened. I got 5 tickets from the special event. I came here, I did 5 singles, not trying to get him, trying to get... Oh yeah, they don't show pictures here. I was trying to get his page and not him. But instead, I got him on the second summon instead of getting the page. So it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it, but I'm done with this banner because they're not giving out any more free tickets, I don't think. So that's that. But all the Cursed Object Collection, beat all the way through, all 3 stars, so I can skip ticket any of them that I need to. I like to be topped off always. Story mode is all the way clear, so that as soon as the next chapter comes out, I'm right to it. The enhancement quests are all beat all the way through. Y'all know how I roll. Domain Investigation is beat all the way through. I actually just recorded the video for beating the Chaos Domain. And then, literally, I'll show off the events as well. So this one right here, Homesick Horizon, I destroyed this so long ago, and the funny thing is, I got all the rewards from this probably like day 2, day 3 that it was out. I got all the rewards from this. So now it's just like reset, and I can just keep doing the 8th page over and over and over again. But honestly, I think you get better results from doing this one instead, which I also look. So basically the way that this works is they release the first map, and then every time one of these time windows hit, they add more to the actual event itself. So they literally added another map, because at first it was just like 24 nodes all over here. It was all this, right? Then eventually they added all this stuff up here. I've already destroyed this, and this actually has like a little thing where Gojo does a hollow purple and just wrecks everything over here. It's really cool. I wasn't recording because I didn't realize that I was at that part already. I thought that part was on the second update, so played myself, but it is what it is. But this, yeah, I literally grinded out the shop day 2. Day 1, I nearly cleared out the shop entirely. The only thing I have left to get in the shop that is limited are these right here, and I've already gotten, because you get 10 per time you purchase. So 10, 100, I've gotten 100 of these, and then I'm about to get 100 more for 5,000 coins whenever I decide to farm that up. But really what I have been taking advantage of is this right here. If you have 25 of these, you can trade 25 of these for 25,000 of these, right? And I actually farm to a point where I have like anywhere from 3,000 to like 9,000 of these medals at a time. So I just be trading in for dummy beacons of training. So I literally have not even been skip ticketing the beacon of training stage for the past like 2 days or something like that. I've literally just been doing that event and then exchanging for experience, because we have 7 more days out, so I'll definitely get those last few medals. But that's how I got Nobar to 91, that's how Mekamaru's level 87, and probably how he's going to get to 91 as well. But what else is there really to go over? My friend invite thing is right here. This is my code. Only 5 people have done my friend invite, so guys, definitely do this and grind the game up, please, because I would love to have 6,000 cubes for when Yuta comes. That'd be wonderful, honestly. My Cursed Corpse Stroll, this was level 6, these are all level 5. Once I get level 40, all of these will be level 8. Also, let's talk about that. Level 29. I just got an achievement earlier for spending 20,000 stamina, so that kind of gives you an idea of how much stamina I'm spending every day to maintain, like, get to this rank already, and it's just a week. Basically, I spend at least 600 diamonds a day on stamina, refilling it over and over again, running stages, leveling my account, because I understand that once you get to a point where everything is maxed out in this game becomes way more chill for you. So it's always like a little grind in the front, or at least that's how I play. I kind of go crazy with the grind to start off, so that later on down the road, I really don't gotta worry too much. But this actually tells you right here how many times you can do each thing, right? So 3 times you can get the 80, 3 times you can do it for 120, so that 3 times 80 is 240, 3 times 120 is 360, so 360 plus 240 altogether adds up to 600. So that's how I'm using 600 crystals guaranteed every day, or cubes, right? This one right here, and all of them give you just 100 stamina. I don't even know why they showed you this over here, but you can do 200 stamina 7 times apparently. I've never done it, or actually yes, I have done this the full 7 times before. I've never gone past 300. I didn't know it went to 400, but that's insane that it goes to 400 cubes. That's taxing so much. Honestly, dude, instead of letting you do this 30 times a day, I say they should meet a happy medium. Let you do it 20 times a day, make the first 10 times 80, and then make the last 10 times 120. Because again, I stress every single video, the most premium currency in this game is stamina. You can never have enough stamina. Even when they're throwing you AP packs left and right, you will never have enough stamina. You can always farm more. That's the problem. That's the problem with this game. That's my one gripe with this game. Y'all been hearing me give this game stellar, great, flying colors, or pass with all flying colors reviews every single time you watch a video on this game. You've not heard me say anything bad yet. Literally the only bad thing I've had to say about this game is the VPN for the Japanese version. That is it. But that's the one thing. The stamina. The stamina will eat you alive. And yeah, I guess that's it for my account. There's not really anything else. I guess I can tell you my future plans. So, since I have what I need, and what I mean by that is I want UG, but I don't need UG, because I have green DPSs. I got Nanami from the free ticket for the novice summons, wasn't really too happy about it. I wished it was UGs, whatever. But I have all the essential SSRs you need, I have all the essential SRs you need. I have all the essential rares you need. I have the essential SSR you need. So it's just kind of like I'm chilling right now, and I'm just using my diamonds for stamina. But honestly, it's about to get lowered from 600 diamonds to 240 diamonds. So I'm just gonna do the 80 stamina refills at this point, because I'm starting to get pretty cracked. So it's just like, I'd rather just save up for Yuta. So again, guys, I do reiterate, please take advantage of this code. If you're a new player, bro, hop in and use this code right here, because the Deadman will put those 6,000 cubes to wonderful use. But guys, if you enjoyed the video of my account showcase and you want to know anything else, you think I missed anything, then definitely comment down below. Let me know what you think I missed. What would you rate my account on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess? Let me know. Literally, just comment whatever you feel like, man. But that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. I am tired and hungry, so I'm gonna have to go fix that problem. But y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out.